Hi everyone. So today let us practice one of the okay there seems to be no internet. I can add this. So today I wanted to practice one of the product related questions because we were practicing behavioral questions yesterday. So today let us focus on any product question we will see. And yesterday I was listening to an podcast by the CEO of Titan. So very beautifully he explained the difference between a product brand and a retail brand, because while in the initial stages of Titan brand being built, they were confused being a product brand and retail brand. So Trey tried to become a product brand, but now they are in a now this Titan company, sorry, Tanishq is a retail brand. So product brand is something what we see Nike, Apple, they are a product brand. But retail brand is something like Amazon or IKEA, Tesco. So they provide a retail service. So their retail is the experience is the brand for them. So multiple companies they get into this interplay. A product company may own a retail brand or own a retail store, like Apple has a Apple store, Nike has a Nike store. So they try to enhance or extend their same product experience to the or in the retail level. So he just explained that what are the different marketing go abouts when there is a product brand and when there is a retail brand. So when there is if there is a retail brand, they decide a catchment area, they decide marketing mapping and do everything. What is the local distance from where consumer will visit our store? So everything that is there. He also went into detail about explaining the diamond part, because the Tanishq started with the diamond jewelry. They focus more on the diamond, lab grown diamond and natural diamond. They do not sell lab diamond, but he was just explaining the 4C cut clarity or something around that. 4C for measuring the purity and value of the diamond. Okay, so let us focus on. Okay, let's focus on to the technical feasibility and constraints. So let's see. Okay, so there are no questions in the technical. Okay, let's focus on a strategy. Okay, so let's take this one. This seems to be a middle, medium level question. Okay, so question is how, or a prompt is open question. How would you sell live plants on Amazon? Live plants on Amazon. Okay. Before we begin, we just grieve. Sorry, I just mix those two words, give and brief. Grief. We just provide a brief about the Amazon. So by Amazon, I understand Amazon has multiple product verticals. So for this question, we are on online retail experience. Retail experience they have, and with online also we are focusing on web part, web desktop part only. And for this sake, let's focus on the geography from the geographical standpoint in India. I hope this is visible. Okay. So we will focus on India. And another clarifying question could be clarifying would be Amazon contains the multiple actors aspect of it. Amazon is a platform. Platform. So Amazon is a platform. There are two actors here: sellers and buyers. And third is the Amazon itself, which is a platform. So when we say that we are going to sell a live plants on Amazon, so does that mean that we will become an Amazon seller, or is it the Amazon platform? Because Amazon also has multiple product line on its uh, web experience, something called Amazon Basics. So many products they sell in category, multiple categories with a product line called Amazon Basics. So just to clarify, we will be an independent seller on the platform, not associated with Amazon. So for this, I'm considering I am an independent seller based out of, let me choose a state, Madhya Pradesh. I kept just a random. I find that their forest cover is quite vast. I could have chosen any other state, but for the sake of it. So I am an independent seller based out of MP, Madhya Pradesh. Want to sell live plants on the Amazon retail experience. So how would I go about it? So first question that comes into my mind is, what is my business goal when I'm trying to sell this? What is my goal here from a business standpoint? And I will also just describe my company and experience. So first, let's assume my company brief. Then then we would have more resources or more thinking around the business goals. So let's say I am a startup in the agriculture space for the last 2 to 3 years. I have been helping people grow their own plants in balcony or their homes. So this is my company goal and brief. So why did I start this company? As that my goal was that in the corona wave of the we saw people were confined to their homes, and also before that my assumption was that people were spending less and less time. Let's me write a region. People were spending less time in the nature, less time with nature, given their busy life and job requirements. And reason became the second reason became the lockdown aspect. like corona waves. There were two reasons why I wanted to start this company, helping people have their own plant, provide them with advice, solutions, mostly through online space, and if possible, we have also experts who are in the uh, plants and agriculture. They can help with there if they require support at a physical location in their home or in their office spaces. We also provide that. So these were the two reasons why I started. Now coming to the market size question. So I do not have any uh, fixed number in my mind, but if I were to just take a guess, then I believe agri space employs vast amount of labor and around 70%. I think that's it. The actual number would be more than that of labor force dependent, not involved in this in sector. So that makes a use this agri space. This makes it a huge part of our economy. So I do not have an actual number. Maybe around 100 billion, 200 billion. I do not know. So if I were to just describe a user persona, that would be a good takedown. User persona, just I give a brief about this. Here, people who were in the spending less time. So now if I can just dig deeper into what this user persona is, let's consider a name. I'm taking the name Emia. Okay, it's become Emia. Age group, let's say 35 years. They work in an IT company and we spend around 10 to 12 hours a day on screen. And it becomes so if I were to calculate they vary, they likely do not go out, and they are going out mostly means they go out for uh, eating in the restaurant and the movie watching experience. So spending time with nature, if I were to just guess, time spent in nature is around 1 hour a week. But they are fond of nature, fond of plants, or they dream of having their own small nursery of plants. So they dream of it, and they also uh, that is, I think, visible in the content they consume on, let's say, mostly on YouTube. They are into watching videos related to plant management or nursery, healthcare setup, and everything there. So I just described the a persona kind of a thing. Now this competitors, I do not have any idea that there may be any competitors or not. Market landscape, I described a bit about this market landscape. Now moving on, let's go to the we have got the clarification around our product and around the user. Two part of the equation. We have found that clarity that we are going to sell live plants for a user segment who does not go out much, spends most of their time on the screen, but they are fond of plants, nature, they dream or they consume content on the social media around plant management, having their own nursery, such kind. And they very well can afford this um, small nursery setup or a plant management. It's just that what is their pain point, if I have not written down, if their just pain point is they do not know how to start, or they believe that this is they do not know how to start. They do not have a community because most of the people they know are in the tech space or a different space. They do not have a community. Also, they believe that it would take most of their free time in managing those plants. And any other problems or pain points that I can identify why they have not chosen to start or have this on plants is that they do not know how their partners or families will react to. So that part also they are not clear about. So let's rewind what we have done. We have tried to understand the different actors on the Amazon platform. We have tried to describe who we are and to whom we are selling and what exact pain point are we solving. Now let us come to the so this was all the aspects of the problem identification or deconstruction. Now let us move into the problem sorry post solution aspect of this prompt that we have chosen. So solution aspects become a little easier because once we have decided that this we are a setup and we are in a let's say focusing on the Indore city for now, let's say for 2 years. This is our focus city and our target population is around 1 million, and our ticket size, by ticket size we mean the product we sell, it is around from 600 to 1200 rupees. If I were to just say purchase frequency, it would be around 3 to 4 times a year. So these are all the things I can think about regarding the solution or how we will design when we are thinking about launching or selling our live plants on the Amazon, because this will help us narrow down our approach when we will list our products, list of selling products. That will be only 3 to 5 ornamental plants for the living room. So that would how we will start with the 3 to 5 um, ornamentals. That is the purpose for the plant. Purpose plants for the living room. That is how we would like to start. In the next phase, we can begin with plants which are. So, if I were to just categorize the plant, that would be under the criteria of maintenance level, because plants which require least maintenance are tend to be, I'm assuming, bought faster, kept for a longer distance, longer time, require least maintenance. Plants which require medium level of maintenance. And plants which require extreme care. So if we are to moving on to the next step, we are to describe some of the metrics for success of our solution when we launch this on the Amazon. That of course would be the number of people buying our product, or just number of people visiting our page, number of people discovering us in the search result for the keywords that we are targeting. So that would be some of the initial levels, and then we can be number of I think comments or messages request on the platform, or if we have a separate web page for our company, of course we have visitors on our company page. So these are some of the metrics that we will track for success. Now just summarizing everything that we have discussed. So we try to deconstruct between different actors on the Amazon platform, sellers, buyers, and we are the sellers, an independent seller. We are chosen to be, and our company goal is to serve people who spend less time on the in the nature because they are quite busy. People who want to start their own nursery, and why we are doing this. The main reason for this was that people spend less time in the nature. So one thing I missed regarding this was we did not define what was the business goal. Business goals at this level would be that seeing the product market fit and increase the revenue for the next quarter. So we decided to we built a persona user who is our target customers. We also described some of the pain points that they face, and then we moved into solutions that we can look after. Then we decided the metrics, and here's the summarization. So I hope I have done something better than what I did yesterday, and hope to looking forward in the next step or next video. So that's all. Thank you.